Hello, everybody. Welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Oliver.
I'm Matthew.
And today on our history show, we are featuring 2 weeks. We are going from September 6th to September 19th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
got
info.
a big one. Yeah.
A lot of info.
Got a big one today. Yeah. As well, of course, as 2 Medal of Honor stories.
Yeah. Can't forget that.
No, never.
A lot of stuff going down in September.
Oh, yeah. A lot of big stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of big stuff.
And we're going to start here, September 6th, 1916.
All right.
First true supermarket, the Piggly Wiggly. Have you been to one of these?
Yes, many of them. When I lived
down
in
south,
Georgia,
right?
Yep. Yeah, when I lived down south, yep.
So when I visited Florida, I was like, man, what's up with these Piggly Wigglies? There was that and...
Kroger's.
Yes. Yeah. I wasn't seeing Wegmans or Tops. I'm seeing Piggly Wiggly and
Kroger's. Yeah. And then there's Publix down there too.
Publix,
which is like
that's
their
the one.
wish it was Wegmans kind of thing. You know, it's like a little fancier.
Yes, that was it. It's opened Clarence Saunders in Memphis, Tennessee. Its first outlet opened in 1916. It is notable for having been the first true self-service grocery store and the originator of various familiar supermarket features, such as checkout stands, individual item price marketing, and shopping carts.
It's pretty cool.
So it was the original.
Yeah, it
you
was the
walk
benchmark.
in.
It was the benchmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all supermarkets.
And that thing, the Piggly Wiggly, is still around and relevant to this day.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Bigger down south.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not up here.
No.
No, it's definitely a southern chain.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to take us to September 7th, 1822. Brazil declared its independence from Portugal after 322 years as a Portuguese colony. 322 years.
Hell, took them so long.
Right. Shit must have been good, dude.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Queen should have learned from them.
Oh.
Could have still had the states.
Yeah.
Suckers.
Man, she could have ruled the world.
Dude.
Golly. All right, September 8th, 1966, Star Trek. First premiere on NBC TV starring William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy.
So I never loved Star Trek, but I used to watch it with my dad all the time when I was a kid. However, I do love the new movies that they made. Like the new series of them that they made like a few years ago.
Yep.
I thought those were really good.
I caught one of the movies. I never was a Star Trek fan. But 1966 is when it started, and still to this day, they're still making and remaking movies, and I think they even have
there's a ton of different shows, too.
A new cartoon series that they have out, and so it's still huge to this day. And, you know, when you go to the comic shows or the events that they have, you know, like Comic-Cons, they have, you know, all over the world. Star Trek is still like one of the number one.
Yeah, it's been going on for 55 years. It's like James Bond. It's one of those things that'll just never die.
Star Trek.
Yep, Star Trek.
Man, and you know they always wasn't it the Star Trek and Star Wars, like, were they ever in competition, or was it? You know,
I mean, you were either a Star Wars guy or a Star Trek guy. You know what I mean? It was kind of one of the two.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, I'm going to take us to September 9th, 1776.
Whoa.
Big date for us as Americans.
Yeah.
The United States came into official existence as the Continental Congress changed the name of the new American nation from the United Colonies to the United States.
I like it.
Yeah. The USA.
Good old...
Officially, on paper,
USA.
Wow. USA. You know that they were doing that shit too in Philly or something.
The whole...
Oh yeah, everybody.
Everybody, you're right.
Was doing that shit, except the Queen.
I know.
She was like, bitches.
I should own you.
Right.
So September 10th, 1953.
Okay.
This is a game changer.
Game changer. All right.
Swanson sells its first TV dinner.
Ooh.
You remember those suckers?
Yeah, I remember. Been burning pallets since 1953, dude.
I remember when they...
Dude, the time that they said to microwave them shits, dude, was way too much, man.
You had to poke a hole in
That is Dude, and that little paper, that little plastic that you peel off, the steam always came. It was way too hot, dude.
They're always like poke a hole in it.
Yeah, and then that turkey meat or whatever it was would always have that weird crust around it because it was in there for too long.
Oh, yeah. So Swanson TV dinners were the first commercially successful frozen meal. More than 10 million TV dinners were sold during the first year of Swanson's national distribution. For 98 cents per customer, we're able to choose among Salisbury steak, delicious.
Salisbury steak.
Meatloaf, fried chicken, or turkey.
Turkey! The worst.
Served with potatoes and bright green peas. Special desserts were added later.
I remember the brownies were up in there. Tasting like gravy though, because some of that shit would get over there on there.
I remember my mom one time. She went shopping, and she's like, "Hey, I didn't cook dinner tonight, so we're gonna have these." And she's like,
Swanson's.
"Have some of this," and I was like, "What the?
fuck is this?" Oh,
so TV dinners.
TV dinners.
Killing it.
Well, I'm going to take us to a fateful day that all of us remember. September 11th, 2001.
For sure.
Which is crazy to me that we just celebrated the 20th anniversary of that. It feels like it was like it just happened.
I know. It's weird.
Yeah. So this is a bit of a long one, but I feel like we need to pay homage to that day. So the worst terror attack in the United States history occurred as 4 large passenger jets were hijacked, then crashed, killing nearly 3,000 people. 4 separate teams of Middle East terrorists operating from inside the U.S. boarded the morning flights, posing as passengers, then forcibly commandeered the aircrafts. 2 fully fueled jumbo jets, American Airlines Flight 11 carrying 92 people, and United Airlines Flight 175 carrying 65 people, had departed Boston for Los Angeles. Both jets were diverted by hijackers to New York City, where they were piloted into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. The impact and subsequent fire caused both 110-story towers to collapse, killing 2,752 people, including hundreds of rescue workers and people employed in the towers. In addition, United Airlines Flight 93, which had departed Newark for San Francisco, and American Airlines Flight 77, which departed from Virginia for Los Angeles, also were hijacked. Flight 77, with 64 people on board, was diverted to Washington, D.C., then piloted into the Pentagon building, killing everyone on board and 125 military personnel inside the building. Flight 93, with 44 people on board, was diverted towards Washington, but crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to overpower the terrorists on board.
That was probably is the most craziest thing I have ever seen.
Same. Arguably one of the most devastating days that I've ever been through or seen this country go through.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I was in 9th grade history class. The vice principal walked in, told my teacher, and then they told us, and then they took us up to the physics lab, which was really big, so they took a bunch of classes up there. They, put it on the TV, and we watched the news coverage for a little while, and then they sent us all home halfway through the day.
Yeah.
Because they were worried about, everything.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what was going on. It was pandemonium in this country that morning. It was...
Yeah, so, you think, oh, my God, if that just happened for the next, I would say, week, you didn't, if they could do that.
Right, what else can they do?
Well, because a lot of people were talking about, chemical warfare and shit like that.
Yeah,
and
dirty bombs and all this.
It was just so unknown to, what the hell's going to happen next? But
yeah.
By far the most craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And also, I want to say maybe a year or 2 years after, it probably was 2 years, me and my friends had went down to New York City to visit a friend, and we had went into the city. And so we got to walk by, where all the damage was, but they had it fenced off, and just to see it, how big it was. It was just mind-blowing.
I've been down there. I was down there a couple years ago, and now in the footprint where the buildings were, there's a memorial.
Yeah, I saw
where
that
they
on
both
TV.
were, and just the space that it covered is unbelievable. Yeah. But the museum for it, or the memorial, whatever you want to call it, is down underground. So it's underneath the footprint of where they used to be. Mm-hmm. Some of the original supports for the building, which were anchored obviously very deep underground, are still there. So like that museum or walkthrough, the big memorial for everything.
That's cool.
Is like you can. It's like integrated into the area. It's
almost built around.
It's an eerie thing though.
Is it?
Because it's very quiet and it's dimly lit. You know what I mean? Like there's no music playing. You know what I mean? Everybody is very quiet and very somber, and it's not like there's just. It's not like going to Strong Museum. You know what I mean? Where it's lively and it's it's very.
You're there to pay.
Yeah, it's.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah.
But always, no matter how long we do the show,
we will go over that every single year.
Yes,
for sure.
That is a guarantee. So we're gonna go to September 14th, 1868. Golf's first recorded hole-in-one by Tom Morris at Prestwick's 8th hole in Scotland.
Nice. It's cool that he did it in Scotland, too. Yeah. Like the home of golf.
That's where it all started. And
well, there was probably some before that, but they decided to record the first one in Scotland. Because,
true. But the thing is it is skill and it is luck at the same time.
It's definitely both. Yeah. It's definitely a combination of both.
Right. Because it is so hard to do,
Well, if you ever hit a hole-in, because you're a golfer.
I am.
If you ever hit a hole-in-one, will you continue to golf or are you done?
I always told myself I would stop golfing because that would be my last shot.
The pinnacle of your whole career.
I used to golf. My last shot was a hole-in-one.
Right.
But
and then I retired.
Yeah. But I'm so addicted. But the one thing I do is
do.
I was like, why did I say that? But I bring the GoPro.
Yeah.
And I put it on my cart.
Yeah.
And every par 3, I film. So
just in case.
If I do hit it, I could pick it up and I could run up the thing so you can see, just the whole thing. Because if I told you I hit a hole-in-one...
I'd never believe you.
Exactly. You may be like, oh, yeah.
Even if you were like, oh, that's my buddy that I was golfing with, I'll be like, I don't believe that dick either, dude. Because it'd probably be Adam or Ross or something. I'll be like, man, I ain't gonna believe them jackasses.
So I purposely, I bring out the old GoPro.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And I always thought, though, like, wouldn't this be a good idea? So, to own a bar, yes, it's tough to do. But say you go through all the things and you can open a bar, right? Mm-hmm. Just to have, like, a hole-in-one little green in the back. 100 yards, whatever. If you hit a hole-in-one...
Free bar tab.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Cool. And then, you video it, and then you give them the video.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to take us to September 13th, 1971. Bit of local history.
I like it.
State police and National Guardsmen stormed Attica Prison in New York State, ending a 5-day prisoners' revolt. 31 prisoners and 11 guards were killed.
Yeah. I just saw some highlights about that on TV.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
42 people died.
Yeah. How long was that?
It was exactly 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it lasted like...
5 days.
5 days.
5-day standoff.
Of just prisoners owning
the prison.
Much the prison.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a regular of mine at the restaurant who was a rookie state police trooper.
Oh, God.
During the riots, and he was there. Like outside the prison.
He just like, what the hell is going on?
He said it was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. September 18th, 1963. This is strange. But that's why we're here, to give you the strange history. USSR orders 58.5 million barrels of cereal from Australia. And they delivered it.
58. That's a lot of fucking cereal, dude.
58 million barrels of cereal. So it was to feed the country, like the poor and all that.
Yeah, well.
But
Hope it was good cereal. It's probably like
so in my mind,
brand. You know what I mean?
Like boring ass Cheerios.
Right. But like some weird knockoff from Australia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I was thinking
maybe
about
it's called Rouge.
I was thinking in my head too. I was like, I wonder what cereal it was. Cause I mean,
God, it had to be terrible.
Yeah, 1963. Was there Frosted Flakes?
No, the fucking Soviets weren't gonna fucking order no, frosted mini wheats.
Oh, you know? And that's probably what it was too.
Yeah, without the frosting.
Just oatmeal.
Right.
Take this cheap shit.
All right, so this one's crazy. So I have no idea who this is, but this shit is just nuts. It's like straight out of a movie. September 14th, 1927, in Nice, France, famed ballet dancer Isadora Duncan, never heard of her before, was killed in a freak accident as the long scarf she was wearing became caught in the moving wheel of the car in which she was riding, strangling her to death.
Oh my God.
So, like, it was either flying outside of the car or got stuck in the door.
Yeah.
Got wrapped around the wheel and strangled her to death.
Oh, my God.
See? That's why you always carry a pocket knife. That's why you always carry a pocket knife.
I started doing that.
Dude, always. Always carry a pocket knife.
I started doing that a lot recently.
Yeah.
Just...
Gotta have one, dude.
No matter what.
Gotta have one. You never know if you're gonna get strangled by your own scarf.
And that's crazy because, I mean... She just put that scarf on. She's like, oh, damn.
Right. I look beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Oh.
Dead.
Watch out, ladies, with your scarves. Right. Winter's coming up.
Right.
Although I did used to...
You should watch out, man.
I did pimp some scarves back in the day.
I know. I think I still have one of them, too. One of them that I jacked one night.
I remember that. You were like, dude, scarf's dope. Thanks, bro.
I promise you I still have that.
Because I think it like
matched. It was a great scarf. It did. It matched what I had on exactly. It was great.
All right, so we're going to go to September 15th, 1913. Rochester, New York, stand up. You ready for this?
No, I might sit down.
First U.S. Milch Goat Show held in Rochester, New York.
I'm not from here.
Woohoo!
I'm not from here.
So, obviously, we've talked before back in the on other shows that Rochester used to just be farms.
Yeah.
Just all farms, and that was it.
Yeah.
And the Genesee River.
Yeah.
So, with that said, they were like, hey.
Let's do a goat show.
Let's have a fucking goat show.
Yeah. And just for clarification, milch goat is just a type of goat.
Right.
They can survive on kind of meager rations in lands where cows can't get enough food.
Yeah.
We thought it was something way cooler, so we Googled it earlier, and it turns out it's just a fucking goat. So
it's just a goat.
First goat show ever. Yeah. Rochester, New York. Awesome. Was it recorded?
It was recorded. That's
never gonna let myself live that one down.
Never gonna get old, my friend.
All right, so my final history fact for today, September 16th, 1620.
God,
the Mayflower ship departed from England bound for America with 102 passengers and small crew. The ship weathered dangerous Atlantic storms and reached Providence, Massachusetts on November 21st.
Hey.
The Pilgrims disembarked at Plymouth on December 26th.
Damn.
Yeah. So they spent a month at sea in the middle of winter on the Atlantic Ocean. You'd think they would have just waited till spring.
Should have. You know how cold that must have been?
Bro.
Like, you know how you
spend 35 days in the ocean on a wooden ship.
With the wind just, you know that.
On a sailboat, dude.
Yeah. So if you go down to the beach where we live.
Cold as fuck.
The temperature drops.
Cold as fuck.
And then you get to the beach and you're like, here it's 80.
Dude, you get that little water though. You ever gone down there towards the winter on the pier?
Yeah.
And you get that little bit of water that just
freezing.
Touches your... It's freezing, dude. Imagine doing that for 35 straight days just standing on the pier.
You're just...
in the middle of winter. Right. Right.
Stuck.
Dude, and then you get somewhere and there ain't shit. And then you get there and you gotta build your own house.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. Well, thanks.
But they did it.
Well, thanks.
But they did it.
They did.
All right. It is time for one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yep.
honoring these heroes with the Medal of Honor stories.
Yep.
I'm going to kick it off with Vietnam War, U.S. Marine Corps Private, First Class, Dwayne Thomas Williams.
All right.
Williams was a member of the combat patrol sent out from the platoon with the mission of establishing position in the company's area of operations, which it could intercept and destroy enemy sniper teams operating in the area. So that's a normal thing.
Yep.
Getting established, you gotta go.
Get your position.
Yep. In the night, as the patrol was preparing to move from its daylight position to a pre-selected night position, it was attacked from ambush by a squad of enemies using small arms and hand grenades. Common. Although severely wounded in the back by a close, intense fire, Williams, recognizing the danger to the patrol, immediately began to crawl forward toward a good firing position. While he was moving under the continuing intense fire, he heard one of the members of the patrol sound the alert that the enemy grenade had landed in their position. So,
yeah,
common reaction here. Reacting instantly to the alert, he saw the grenade that had landed close where he was lying. Without hesitation, in valiant act of heroism, rolled on top of the grenade as it exploded, absorbing the full and tremendous impact of the explosion with his body. Through his extraordinary initiatives and inspiring valor in the face of certain death, he saved the other members of his patrol from serious injury and possibly loss of life, and enabled them to successfully defeat the attackers and hold the position until assistance arrived. His personal heroism and devotion to the duty upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the U.S. Naval Service. He gallantly gave his life for his country.
Damn. That's crazy. We hear these stories of these guys just literally throwing themselves on grenades.
And he was already wounded.
Already messed up. Yeah,
so he was just like... And the thing that I do love about this, or for most of these stories... not that they lost their life, but they, for their actions, most of the time they're able to complete what they went there for. Right. You know what I mean? So like, he changed
the course of that battle. Yeah,
that's which nuts. Most of them do always.
Yeah, inspiring.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to take us to Major Patrick Henry Brady, U.S. Army, also Vietnam. Major Brady distinguished himself while serving in the Republic of Vietnam, commanding a UH-1H ambulance helicopter volunteered to rescue wounded men from a site in enemy-held territory, which was reported to be heavily defended and to be blanketed by fog. To reach the site, he descended through the heavy fog and smoke and hovered slowly along a valley trail, turning his ship sidewards to blow away fog with the backwash from the rotor blades. So not only is he in a heavily fortified place,
right.
He's swaying the chopper like this, side to side, to blow the fog away so that the guys trying to get to it can friggin' see. That's nuts.
And this is the first helicopter story that we've had.
Like a pilot. Or at least that started in a helicopter. That started in a helicopter. Yeah. Despite the unchallenged, close-ranged enemy fire, he found the dangerously small site where he successfully landed and evacuated 2 badly wounded South Vietnamese soldiers. He was then called to another area completely covered by dense fog, where American casualties lay only 50 meters from the enemy. 2 aircraft had previously been shot down, and others had made unsuccessful attempts to reach the site earlier in the day. With unmatched skill and extraordinary courage, Major Bradley made 4 flights to this embattled landing zone and successfully rescued all the wounded.
See, now that's awesome.
So these wounded and dead soldiers were only 50 meters away from the 50 yards.
And he swooped down.
And he swooped 4 times where 2 other helicopters went down.
Yeah.
He went in 4 different times. He's a beast.
He's talented.
He's a beast. Yeah. On his 3rd mission of the day, Major Brady once again landed at a site surrounded by the enemy. The friendly ground force, pinned down by enemy fire, had been unable to reach and secure the landing zone. Although his aircraft had been badly damaged and his controls partially shot away during his initial entry into the area, he returned minutes later and rescued the remaining injured. Shortly thereafter, obtaining a replacement aircraft, Major Brady was requested to land in an enemy minefield where a platoon of American soldiers was trapped. A mine detonated near his helicopter, wounding 2 crew members and damaging the ship. In spite of this, he managed to fly 6 severely injured patients to medical aid.
Yes.
Throughout the day, Major Brady utilized 3 helicopters to evacuate a total of 51 seriously wounded men, many of whom would have perished without prompt medical treatment. Major Brady's bravery was in the highest traditions of the military service and reflects great credit upon himself and the U.S. Army.
That's a great story.
Dude, this guy blew through 3 different helicopters.
That's a movie right there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, gotta be nuts.
But that's a great story. Holy cow.
Just a badass pilot, dude.
And the thing is when you are in a helicopter, you're, of course, under pressure. You know, he knew the helicopter. He just knew it.
Oh, yeah.
He knows everything about a helicopter.
Yep.
And for it to be getting shot at, or, it just takes one little...
Dude, the controls got partially blown away in one of them, dude.
And still able to...
To get back and to fly in the fog. While getting shot at.
Yeah.
Like a dozen different times.
That's amazing.
Dude, and in all of that, like, 3 helicopters.
Yeah.
1 got too damaged. He flew back. Got another one. That one got damaged. Give me another one. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's the thing I love too, is he was like, I'm not leaving.
Right. I'm going to get all of them. Right.
Yeah.
And he did. He got every single one of them too.
Oh man. That was
crazy.
Great story.
So a lot of people got home to their families because of that guy. That day. 51 seriously wounded soldiers.
I mean, all these could be movies, but there's certain ones that stick out.
Right.
You're just like, oh man, I could imagine that being like a well-directed
Yeah.
But yeah, first helicopter.
The first like real helicopter story.
Sweet.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, that is our history and our Medal of Honor stories for this week. Don't forget, you can check these out every single Monday here on our YouTube channel, as well as our full-length shows every Wednesday. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification to be the first ones notified when our new episodes hit.
Yes. And please share with one person.
Okay, just one.
Simple.
Maybe the Queen of England.
Yes.
If you're wondering why we keep making all these references to the Queen of England,
just
have to come back on Wednesday and check out our show about QE2.
You are not going to want to miss the crazy stuff you are going to hear.
Dude, we're talking ATMs and diamonds this big.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Joke.
My mind was blown, and...
You just gotta watch it.
It's a good show.
You gotta watch it. So be sure to check that one out on Wednesday. But anyways, guys, from us to you. Cheers. What's up, guys? Matt and Oliver here from One Drink Podcast, and today we have a special shout out for you.
Yes, so if you are out and about in Rochester and we see you wearing one of Alex's shirts, hoodies, anything, we will buy you one drink. We'll take a picture and share
it on both social medias.
Yeah,
and both Gods and Gladiators and One Drink Podcast.
Yeah, share the love.
Share the love.